So I'm going to be sharing with you today principles that would allow you to read books that are in quote boring. All right. Now, most of the books that we're going to read, if not all of the books we're going to be reading every month or every week in the Food Mongers tribe, community or club, are not magazines. They're not comic books. They're not story books. They're not movies. They're not films. They are books that are going to give you knowledge, give you experience that will change your life. But starting these books might be hard because they are boring. I can relate with this a lot. Now, most of the time, the chapter one, chapter two, chapter three, or the first chapters of a book are always sometimes boring to me. This is why they're always boring to me. They might be boring to you for different reasons. Sometimes I'm reading what I already know. But most authors like starting like that because so they can get a good fundamentals or a good basic knowledge for people that don't already know some basic principles. You get that could be the one reason. Some people don't like the earlier chapters of a book because they feel the author is talking a lot about himself in the first chapter, which is normal. Now, I'm not here to talk about why books are boring. I'm here to teach you and help you to read books despite being boring. Because books will never stop being boring. Books that will literally change your life. Books that have really helped me a lot. Books like Atomic Habits, books like Think and Grow Rich. I remember when I got Think and Grow Rich, I didn't get the classic edition. I got the revised edition, and the one I bought was like they called it the Prosperity Bible. It had Think and Grow Rich. It had As a Man Thinketh, about 4 books in one. It was so big. I didn't bring it. I'm currently in school. I didn't bring it to school. But when I started that book, I won't lie. Oh, boring part. It was very boring. But as I began to find information that I was relating with, began to get interested. So when I drop the book every night or every afternoon when I stop reading, I'll be looking forward to read the book again the next day because I wanted to understand. If you are someone that naturally you are very inquisitive, this will not be hard. You'll be able to get past the first stage or the first 3 chapters. But if you are someone that you're not naturally inquisitive, you still need a bit of ginger. The first thing to do is this: read with a partner or with a community. That is why you have the Food Mongers community. So now, when there is a certain challenge, let's say we started reading a book today, all right, and then we are expected to finish reading that book in the next 7 days. Now, naturally, you might not want to read the book, but because you don't want to let down the community or you don't want to let down the partner, you will be inclined to start reading that book. And because of the initial push, the initial momentum, you finally get to a point in the book where you need no momentum again to continue. The second way is turn it to a game. There is this popular quote that life is a game, life is a game. When you treat life is a game, you will to navigate through it. Now, I'm not against or for that quote, but turn reading books to a game. So what I do is, let's say for example, I'm currently reading this book by Donald Trump, which is Think Like a Champion. What I do is that let's say right now this book is about let me see how many pages now. This book is about 194 pages, right? Now, let's assume I want to read this book in 10 days. Let's imagine that it's 200 pages. Let's round it up. I like rounding up to a round figure. If I want to read this book in 10 days, 200 pages divided by 10 is what? 20. So that means if I can read 20 pages every single day, I can finish this book in 10 days. Now, if I tell myself that, I may not know, I might not have done it before, but if I can start it and I can do it, that is going to make me feel very good. It will be like a game. So I want to do it not because of merely, the reason why we are using all these tactics and all these techniques is so you can get the initial momentum. You can get I'm looking for the word now. You can finally get the artificial momentum and push yourself to a place where you finally get to the natural momentum. What I'm saying is this. This is what I'm saying. I want you to get what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this. Very, very simple. When you start reading a book, you might not have the momentum. Now, most times you can have momentum. Let me say somebody told you about the book, maybe a mentor, or you saw the book somewhere and you want to read it. That's happened to me before. I knew a particular person, all right? It was a founder of a company that's to do with mind stuff. And I saw one of his books. So I saw his books when I went to the shopping store. I picked the book and I was able to finish it very fast because I already knew him. He had like a priority, like an important place in my mind. Some of you can be like that, but even sometimes those kind of people, you might start their book and still get bored. I may not want to finish it. Now, what you do is that you create these 2 systems: get an accountability partner, be part of the community. All right. One of the things we are trying to do in the Food Mongers Club, which we've not yet launched as of the time of watching this video, but we are going to launch, is to pair you with someone that both of you can read together. All right. Now, Another thing is that the last, which is the last but not the least, is set a reward system for yourself. If you want to go past something now, many of you are in school, you're a student. I'm also a student. Why are you in school? Why are you going to classes? Why are you writing exams? Why are you writing texts? Those stuffs are boring. Lectures are boring. But why do you keep enduring those things? Why do you keep going? Because there is an end reward goal for you. There's something you want to become in the future. There's a place you want to be. Maybe you want to become a doctor, you want to become an engineer, you want to be whatever you want to become. So you would ignore the process, the journey. You will enjoy the process, the journey, because of the what? The destination. And the funny thing is this, which is a paradox that many people realize later in life. The journey, the process is actually more rewarding than the destination. You might not agree, but you would agree very soon. That process, that okay, you want to become a good reader. This process, the reason why you're watching this is because you want to learn how to read books well. It's part of the journey. Now, eventually, when you now get to that point where you are not a good reader, it will not, like, you will not, I will not say you will not read it again. Like, it will not be so special to you again, because, for example, someone like me right now, when you tell me that, oh, we can read a lot of books, a lot of weeks, it doesn't, it's not new to me because I've done it. You understand? But now, looking back, I wish I could go back to those times whereby I was becoming the person I am now. So that's aside. So use these three stuff I've shared in this video. All right, you can rewind these videos again, start from beginning to get the main stuff. And once you can use this, you'll be able to read books that are what? That are boring. And when you read books that are boring, your life, your experiences, your conversations, your impact will be felt. And that time it won't be boring. Maybe because of the knowledge you have in that you read from a book, you're invited to speak at an event in Canada or in US, in UK. Is that boring? That's not boring. So ignore this boring so that you can get to the what? The unboring part. Thank you.